You see, let me just begin by saying I don't hate men, I don't hate marriage, I don't hate children. I don't mind making a sandwich, and especially I could make it like a freaky thing. I'm not gonna go deeper into that, but we could make it freaky. I don't get offended. I would just make it freaky. But um I don't mind cooking and cleaning. I will also make that freaky. But I know a lot of the misogynistic things, though, like they are based a form of Satanism. So I want to make things very clear. If a man demands, like, you know, certain level of respect, that's fine. But if a man is demanding, if a man is demanding that you allow him to do satanic abuse, you must leave him immediately, because that's either a Satanist and a cult doing rituals on you, or it is a robot clone made in a lab. They are weaponized against you. It's like a satanic lab creation, robot clone, weaponized humanoid biohazard. It looks humanoid, acts even kind of human, but then is like very destructive and is like kind of like a weapon. So, yeah, let me repeat that again. It's okay for a man to demand respect or want some kind of respect. I don't believe you should disrespect men, but I also don't ever believe you should accept satanic abuse. Yeah. I mean, I believe like in couples, men and women can stand up for themselves, or try to give their point of views if they feel like unheard. But it's one thing to like demand respect or demand certain things, but it's another thing to demand that woman accept satanic cult ritualistic abuse. So please keep that in mind. This is a response to Tucker, but it's also a response to a lot of red pill men. Y'all are keep trying it with this idea that, oh, but women, they have some of the most like harsh or like, fantasies of the way you guys are saying it. But it's still one thing where if a woman wishes to participate in a role play, or has some kind of fantasy that she wants to play out with not even every single man, but when it's a fantasy versus certain things, or some woman's horrific reality. Like, it's one thing to like fantasize and you could snap fingers and like you can say a word and then that fantasy is gone. A fantasy is not life threatening, but in those misogynistic situations, which is not misogyny or patriarchy or a man's issue, it's a satanic cult and satanic ritualistic issue. When women have horrific things that are life threatening to them, or even men have horrific things life threatening to them, no matter what someone's fantasy is, it does not dictate that. I don't, that's not a good point of whatever your point you're trying to make. That's not any point. You could just say, well, you know what? Like, it's very strange to me that women are into like very harsh fantasies or whatever. But, what's all of your points? Like I said, a fantasy is a fantasy. It's not a desire for a reality. You know what I mean? Okay.